Hello and welcome to Get Great at Maths. Today's video is a GCSE Mathematics OCR J560 exam paper from the June 2022 series for higher tier paper 4, and we're going to look at question 1 on the calculator paper. The first question is a question on standard form, and standard form is when we write either very large numbers or very small numbers using the power times 10 to the power of something. So it's a different way of writing numbers. Now question A is written as an ordinary number, and part B, the number is written in standard form. So part A, we've got to convert the ordinary number into standard form, and part B, we've got to write it as an ordinary number. Now to do this, we're looking at the decimal point position. Now in any number, the decimal point is either given, or if you can't see a decimal point, it is after the last digit. So in the question 1A, the decimal point is after the last zero, which I've just indicated here. So this decimal point now needs to move after the first non-zero digit. So to write any number in standard form, there is always one non-zero digit at the beginning of the number. So if you see in part B there, here before, there is one non-zero digit before that decimal point appears. So the decimal point is going to go between the 6 and the 0, and we've got to work out how many times the decimal point moves to the left to go between the 6 and the 0. So we're going to count. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the new decimal point is going to come between the 6 and the 0, and we write that as 6.05 times 10 to the power of 6, because we counted 6 times to move the decimal point. Now the reason this works is because 10 to the power of 6 is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1 million. Now 6.05 times a million is 6,050,000, which is what the question starts with. If you look over on the right hand side of the mark scheme, it tells us that you can accept 6.05 times 10 to the 06, or 6.5 with a dot, which means times 10 to the 6, but they will not accept if the times 10 is written up high as a power or the times 10 is missing. So be careful to make sure you write your answer nice and clearly to get the mark for this question, because this is out of 1 mark. This number here in the square brackets at the end tells me how many marks for the question. Now in part B, we've got to write 4.58 times 10 to the negative 3 as an ordinary number. Now, if I've got a positive power, like in part A, I get a large number. But if I've got a negative power, I end up with a small number. So the decimal point this time is going to move from the position between the 4 and the 5, and it's going to go towards the left. Okay, so it's going to go left 3 places. Now, to work out what the new number is, the first thing to do is to write out the digits 4, 5, 8, without a decimal point in there, and put some zeros at the front because we know it's going to be a small digit. Now the decimal point starts off between the 4 and the 5, so you can see I've just marked that on the diagram. I'm now going to move this decimal point 3 places to the left, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Here's the new decimal point, so I can write the new decimal point in here. It's a bit big. And I get 0.00458. So you can see the decimal point has come in after with 2 zeros before that 4. Now in the question, or in the answer here, it's got a square bracket around the 0. That just means that it is optional. You didn't have to put that 0 in. So if you put 0.00458, you are correct. If you put extra zeros in, this word condone means allow any extra zeros that were added. Like in my question here, I've got 3 extra zeros at the beginning. That's absolutely fine. This question is worth 1 mark, so you can see here at the end it tells me it's worth 1 mark. For mark scheme, you can see the 1 mark is awarded here, or in part A, the marks are awarded here. So in total for this question, it is out of 2 marks. Thanks for listening. This is a video done by Get Great at Maths. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to see more videos. Thanks.